light shaping means that we are not supplying enough light for the correct exposure, but actually giving the possibility for all professional photographers to create their image, to follow the vision that they have that they want to create with their image. Because really professional photography is not at all about snapping images. It's about actually creating images. Yeah, okay, 5 years in the future. You know, we don't know where the future will bring us. What we do know, it will change a lot. If you look 5 years back, photography has changed a lot. The number of cameras are much sold every year, much less. And the way that you shoot this has developed. It is more movable. Just the fact of what you're doing now, taking video images, it was 5 years ago, but not as abundant, it's not as well used. So we think mobility is for sure, speed from capture to actually posting on the internet the time between that will shorten down. So speed will be very important. How fast you actually create an image, and how fast is it done? Which means that you cannot spend 2 weeks on actually post-processing or sending it away if you're in a hurry. You need to be able to create an image at the time of capture. And this is the key factor. And I think this goes very well in hand with what the professional photographer both wants to do and needs to improve on. That is, at the time of capture, creating this great image and take a bigger part of the value chain. We are Profoto. We are for professional photographers. This means that we believe that professional photographers will exist in the future. We also think that the photographic market is growing exponentially. This means that there are much more opportunities for professional photographers in the future. So the future is bright on one hand. On the other hand, in order to support that, you need to do different things than you're doing today as a professional photographer. Exactly what? I'm not the man to tell you. I know it is different, and you need to have a full scope of what you do in a different way. But the use of images generally will expand exponentially. The use of really good images will most probably also expand heavily. And what the reason is, if you take a great view on this, is that brand building will become even more important in the future because of everything that is happening in society. You go to the people that you know, because in one sense the world is getting smaller, it's also getting bigger. You can buy stuff from wherever you are from, but you need to know who are you actually dealing with. And if you trust the brand, if you can build a trust into your brand, you will grow the brand. And this goes for both companies, but actually also individuals. So, and this has happened on the Facebook, Instagram era now that we've experienced the last 10 years, I would say. It is so important. And in order to capture, the moment of the attention of your viewers or potential readers, you need to be very fast. That's why still photography will be very important in the future. And we listen a lot. We do that in many different ways. First of all, all of us are traveling a lot and talking to end users, but also actually to both dealers and rental companies. What are their needs and what are their customers' needs? So we try to listen to everyone. We also understand that the market is shifting rapidly right now, so that and on the base of smart cameras. That will maybe, not surely, but maybe develop into new customer segments of different sorts. So we actually have a team at Profoto of 4 people only actually listening to what the customer needs and try to develop new offers, new ways and to offer light shaping. Because in the end, we will do the same thing in 5 years as we are doing today and as we did 5 years ago. Actually, as we did 50 years ago. We will develop tools that will enable professional photographers to create better images. I think that, first of all, video is very important, obviously, everyone knows this. And it's an important factor of, and a major part of the marketing mix for all brand building companies. It is growing fast, most probably faster than still images. But still imagery is growing very exponential and very fast. So we are staying put on the still image side. Actually, that's not really what we do. We are staying put on supporting still photographers. Also, if they want to shoot video. So we are supporting them partly with our product offering, so that they can use continuous light with our products. For instance, the B10, which has a more powerful modeling light. But we are not entering the movie market, for instance, and because there are good players there, and we need, and this is for good also for professional photographers, we need to invest all our money, all our product development money into still photography to really make a better offering. From Profoto view, we need to support the still photographers, whatever capturing device they are using. So, and we know that this will obviously change in the future. So we will follow. And we think maybe it is so, that's why I said I didn't know, maybe it is so that with mirrorless cameras, even more people have access in an easy way to actually create good images. But in the end, it's about the vision, it's about the head of the professional photographer. What do you want to create? And we will try to support that. Yeah, but smartphone is just a mirrorless camera, I would say. It's just another capturing device. Of course, Profoto needs to follow the professional photographer if they choose to go there. And we've started that, as you know, the entry into that market. But we haven't seen that many professional photographers. I think we're very early, and maybe the form factor of the Android and iOS cameras, which they are today, they're cameras that you can make telephone calls from, that they are not exactly suited for professional photographers. For instance, you need telelenses much more than you do today. But I think that they will go in that direction. There's such a big power from the large players, and they're investing so heavily in the camera side of smartphones. That's why I don't call it smartphones anymore. I call it smart cameras. Remember, 10 years ago, the product that is corresponding to the Pro 10 now was more than $10,000. And now we offer prices down to $300. So it has changed already. And we try to develop product for each function, each application. An application of the C1 and C1 Plus is obviously totally different from the Pro 10 today. So we understand that question. However, I would like to say the following to this. It's that light is more important than your camera. So you could use different capturing device to this. And it is important that you try to use light for creating your images. We think we are the market leader by far today in the world. So our main objective is to actually preach around light shaping and talk about to expand the market. So that's why we see that we're using Profoto Academy. And it's directed to the newcomers into light shaping mostly. Really professional, experienced, I would say, photographers. Obviously, they know much more than we about light shaping because that's what they do every day. So we understand this, but we try to expand the market, and that's why we're using educational marketing material to try to talk about light shaping, how important that is. So, for instance, when we launched the A1, we tried to convince, natural light shooters to use our A1 to create beautiful images. Many of them said, no, I'm a natural light shooter because it looks so flashy with flash. But we have so many examples of how you can create beautiful, natural looking light anytime, anywhere. So that's what we try to, that is our message to the market. And yes, it's not about us. It's actually about the photographer herself or himself, that how they actually use light to create beautiful looking images. We try to teach the basis of this. But I know, since I've been in the industry for such a long time, I've seen so many examples. When I try to sell products to a photographer, a real creator, and they could use it, I have an intended use for this product. They use it in a totally different creative way. So I'm very, very humble to that. I think that we are just supporting equipment, trying to bring equipment to the market that will be used, and we want to be used in a very creative way. I do not know all about that, how they should do it. We just try to give the possibilities for this happening.